What does Excel and this
And now, here's the star of concentration.
have in common? What we're going to do today is bring some fun to your team meetings or to your Excel lectures. But don't thank me for all the fun. Thank Robert Palachek. He's the one who sent me this idea. We're going to play a game in Excel. I've hidden something behind the cells. I want to know at what percentage completed you guess the 3 people in this picture. Share that number in the comments. No cheating, okay? Let's go. You can hide what you like behind the cells. It could be a picture, text, even a ring. Make your rules. Let me show you the technique. First thing you're going to need is a picture. So once you know what picture you're using, go to Page Layout. Under Page Setup here, click on Background. The picture I'm using is sitting on my desktop. Select it and click on Insert. See a lot of us going around here, but we're ultimately just going to need the first picture. We're going to be hiding all the other pictures from view. But before I do that, I'm going to decide on how many columns and rows I want my first picture to sit on. I'm fine with the rows here, so until 11, but for columns, I want to add more columns than just 4. So let's go all the way up to H and let's reduce the column size. So just so that they fit on my first image here. Now this looks quite good. I'm just going to adjust the last column here. Now that that's done, let's hide the rows that we don't need from view. Use the shortcut key Ctrl+Shift and the down arrow key. This is going to jump to the last row in the Excel worksheet, but it's going to highlight everything in between. Right mouse click and select Hide. Now we're going to do the same thing for the columns, except I'm going to leave this one because that's where I want to add my spin button to. So let's start from this column J right here. And this time we're going to use the shortcut key Ctrl+Shift and to the right. Then right mouse click and hide the columns. Now let's format the I column to light gray right here. Now next, let's add the spin button to this. Every time we click the spin button, that's going to change the percentage completed value sitting in this cell. Actually, let's add a title to this. Let's call this completed. Go to the developer tab and insert a form control. If you don't have the developer tab activated, just right mouse click somewhere on your ribbon, select customize the ribbon, put a check mark beside developer, and then click on OK. So I have mine already sitting up here. Then go to insert and select the spin button. Click on it and then draw it out right here. Next thing we're going to do is to format it. So right mouse click and select format control. The minimum value, that's 0. We're going to keep it like that. For maximum, I'm going to put 100. You're going to see why in a second. The incremental change, so that's basically every time you select the up or down key, do you want this to increase by 1 unit or by a different amount? So I'm going to put 5 here. If you want to have a longer game, you can reduce this value. And the cell link, that's the cell that's going to show the current value. So that's going to be this one, and click on OK. So now every time I click this, that increases the value by 5 units. If I click down, it decreases it by 5 units. Okay, so now that I have this part set up, I need to somehow conditionally format these based on this number. And if I want to randomly format these, I need to have random numbers sitting on each cell. So let's assign that. So let's highlight the area, go to the formula box and type in rand between. This is going to allow us to define a bottom and a top for the values that we want to see here. So let's go with 1 in this case and 100 for the top value. Now to get a number in each cell, I'm going to press Ctrl Enter. This gives me random values in each cell. So every time we press F9, they change. I'm going to fix them, copy the area. So highlight the area first, press Ctrl C, right mouse click, paste special as values. Okay, so now these are fixed values sitting in the cells. And if you want to, you can also manually adjust these. You can give the sensitive areas higher numbers. So that's 80 here. This one we can go with 92. Once that's set up, we're going to conditionally format the cells so that they actually become visible only if the number sitting in the cell is less than or equal to this number right here, which means we need conditional formatting. As a basis for all of this, I'm going to add a white background color to each of these cells. And I only make the cell visible, so I only take the fill color, that white fill color, away if that conditional formatting rule applies. So with the cells highlighted, go to conditional formatting, select new rule, select format only cells that contain if the cell value is not between but less than or equal to this cell right here. Then what do we want? So under format, we want the fill to be no color. So just make sure you select the no color, click on OK, and click on OK. So these cells here, this has a value of 3, 3, 4, and 1 is all less than or equal to 5. That's why the white fill color is removed. So if I increase this, you can see the other images start to appear. There's one nice formatting that we can apply to this, and that's to hide these numbers. So with this area selected, use the shortcut key Ctrl+1 or right mouse click, go to Format Cells, go to Custom and hide the values from view. Now, all you have to do is put a semicolon, semicolon. That means negative numbers should be invisible. We don't have any negative numbers anyhow. So we're just going to click on OK and everything is invisible. So now every time we click on this, the cells appear randomly. Many thanks to Robert for taking the time and sending me some mosaic chart samples or puzzle charts. If you have a better word to describe this, please share it with us below. Thank you for watching. Click that thumbs up if you had fun, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos.